G'day fellow moto vloggers, and at Nev on some Moki Suzuki Bandit on this Friday afternoon. Very cool, very cold, 20 degrees. I got my summer jacket, but I'll have to put on a jumper underneath just to keep that chill factor out. And yeah, it's working quite well at the moment. Whether I'll need it on the way back, I don't know. Yeah, I just want to give people a little bit of a heads up here about buying second-hand motorcycles from eBay or Gumtree or any other social media, like I believe Facebook have got a selling type thing now. We're seeing this so often at the shop, it's not funny, where youngsters buy a two-wheeled motorcycle or dirt bike, a scooter or a road bike or anything, and either off one of these selling sites, and they come into the shop to get fixed up. I don't know what this dude's doing on the wrong side of the fucking road, but you do get all types, don't you? That's white. So anyway, where was I? Before I was rudely interrupted by a car on the wrong side of the road. Yeah, they come in to the shop for it to get fixed up, and they find out that the things that are wrong with it are worth more than the bike. So first of all, they get ripped off from the person who's selling it, because let's face it, you're selling it for a reason, because it's not worth fixing. So you sell it to someone else and pass the problem on. So we're getting this so often at the moment that they're buying this piece of crap, overpriced piece of crap, and have to put more money into it than what it's worth to get it going. Another one that we get quite often is, I bought this off a mate, especially with dirt bikes. I bought this off a mate. It comes in to get things done to it. Again, they find out there's more wrong with it than what's said. And it then becomes not a cheap bike, but an expensive second-hand bike. So I'm basically warning people. Now, a lot of my watchers are pretty seasoned bikers, but if by any chance there's any newbies, be careful. Make sure it's a running bike. That's the first thing you got to do. Make sure it's a running bike. And possibly, if you can, get someone that has been riding bikes for a long time to go and listen to it or even ride it. Do not buy a bike that's not running. Again, we see this quite often as well. They buy the bike and it's not running. So it's a little bit of a warning that a lot of my seasoned watchers would know about that, but just in case, be careful, especially on places like eBay, Facebook. There's a selling thing on that, I don't know what it is, Gumtree and those sorts of places. Unless you're mechanically minded and you can and you're willing to do the work yourself. Now sometimes that's a fail as well. Then it might pay to buy something that's not running, but at a fair price. And you think you can get it going. Well, that's different, because then you save minimum $100 an hour on labour. Labour being the most expensive part of your fixing of a motorcycle. We've even had people bring in motorbikes recently that sort of, well, they're doing the bike up, but they're getting us to do the work. It's just not economical. There's one in there at the moment. I think it's an FJR 1200. He's had the fairing and the tank and all that repainted, and it looks fabulous. That looks fabulous. But the problem there is the rest of the bike looks like it's come out of a paddock. And I really think they expect a motorcycle shop to clean it up and getting it looking like new. Well, most motorcycle shops are not restorers. There are specialised places that restore motorcycles or cars or whatever. But your general run-of-the-mill motorcycle shop selling new, used and repairs do not restore motorcycles. So I don't know, some people I don't know, either they got too much money or something, I don't know, but you know, to restore a motorbike can take up to 12 months. You know, that's a full strip down, literally every nut and bolt. And that's very time consuming, and a place like a motorcycle repair shop won't do that, because they've got a lot of other customers waiting on their bikes to be repaired. So just a little bit of a heads up, if there's any newer people to my channel, or inexperienced people that want to buy a motorcycle, etc., what to look out for. Just remember, there's a reason they're selling the motorcycle. It's probably, more than likely, seen its use-by date. And some people do overprice their motorcycle, thinking it's worth more than what it is. So hopefully people will get something out of this vlog. Now, I've got a bit of an add-on to put into the video that I did earlier this afternoon. Another case of someone that has recently bought a motorcycle come in today, and he had a something like a tech screw or something in his front tyre, and we put a tube in it, and whilst we were putting a tube in it, we noticed that first of all, I'll list the things off that have to be done. The back sprocket had teeth missing. It was actually an aluminium sprocket. First of all, I'll tell you it's a CBR 1000R, I think it is, they call it. It's not an oldie, one of those old carby things. It's a newer one, but very nice looking bike. And first of all, the back sprocket, it had a aluminium sprocket on it, and some of the teeth were worn right down to nothing. That was the first thing. Now, I don't know what the front sprocket was like, because we couldn't see that. The chain was absolutely had it and hanging down. That was another thing. So it needs chain and sprockets. The back tyre was right down to the wear mark. The front tyre was okay. He had that replaced recently or something, and I don't know where he got that replaced, and why didn't they tell him what was wrong with the bike as well. So it needs new chain and sprocket. It also needs fork seals, because they're leaking, and it needs new front brake pads, because they're nearly metal to metal. And of course the fork oil has got into the pads, which renders them useless even if they're not worn. If the fork's been leaking into the pad for a while, you've got to change the pads. So new fork seals, new front disc pads, new chain and sprocket. And I think that's about it. So he's bought this motorcycle not knowing all these problems. So you're looking at over $500 worth of work for a bike he's only just bought. Now, I don't know what he paid for the bike, but it's obvious this seller didn't want to put that money into it, so he sold it as it is, and basically it's unroadworthy. As a shop, you're not allowed to do that, so it would have all had to be fixed up before it was sold. So anyway, I just thought I'd throw that in, and another few things to look out for. Why are they selling the bike? There must be a reason why. So this is Bandit Ned on some Mulkey, the Suzuki Bandit, bidding you all very, very, very safe riding. And until next time, cheers for now.